mind.
Join us on Herlens on Women Radio 91.7 FM.
How do we stop crime in the society? Because at the end of the day, if a man cannot provide for his wife anymore, he looks for other means.
We should address Nigerian problems.
We should not.
Herlens every Monday to Friday by 9:05 a.m. as women across Nigeria tackles trending issues, one honest, thought-provoking discussion at a time. Because when women speak, the world listens.
All right, a very beautiful morning to you. Thank you so much for staying with us right here on your Women Radio WFM 91.7 at 7 minutes after 9 on this side of the radio. How are you today? How are you faring? How was your weekend? How is the Christmas week looking like already? How are you preparing for it? Because today is the 22nd day of December 2025. So which means we just have 2 more days to Christmas. Yes, 2 more days to Christmas. And the celebrations are gathering momentum. And at the end of the day, it goes still compass. So let's be careful on what we spend so much on this period. Okay. All right, my name is Rose Yusuf. So this is Herlens right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. And this is where we get to talk with ladies from different geopolitical zones right here on different, trending issues. Okay, so of course we get to also hear from you. All right, because that's what Herlens is all about this morning. So the ladies of Herlens, yes, we've given them a break. So yes, somebody say yay. I mean, from January down to December, they've always been with us. Okay, throughout this year, probably aside from public holidays, I'm sure that you would attest to the fact that Herlens has always come your way. So it's not be a bad thing, to give them the holiday to actually spend time with your family and friends. And some of them will be traveling to different, parts of the country. So yeah, just some time to have with your families, just some time to, get themselves back and just trying to unwind and have a good time during this period. And then we get to have them back in January. So yes, to do this with me this morning, since the ladies on break, is Finn Folu. How to drag her from the evening shift. Hi Finn, how are you today?
Good morning. Good morning, Rose. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. How's your weekend?
Thank you. Thank you for dragging me from the evening shifts.
Have you seen that adult conversation WhatsApp group? I think you need to go and see what's going
Yes,
on.
I saw,
I mean,
I saw their messages. I was just laughing like, hey.
you have put
I
yourself
have
in
nothing
trouble
to
like
do
this.
about it.
It's all right. All right, so that's the voice of Infolua. Of course, she's always on adult conversations from the evenings right here on Women Radio. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun in the evenings, especially on adult conversations and so many other programs that come your way all the way from about 3 p.m. Yes, Finn's always here till about 10 p.m. Okay, so yes, let's head on straight to the conversations for today. Our phone lines will definitely be open shortly, so please do well to engage with us. We are live on YouTube. You can go ahead and watch us live, myself and Finn, and drop your comments and do well to share the link so that others are able to join too. All right, and you can send us WhatsApp messages to 0703-175-6537, or you can also go ahead and drop us your text or WhatsApp message too on 08155 So yeah, like I said, our phone lines will be open shortly. Now, before we head on, our 7 magical days with Santa started on Thursday last week. Yes, I'm excited because Thursday, Friday, we had kids that came around and we were definitely excited to have them on radio. And that's something I love to do, talk to kids, hear from them, just engage them because they could be wonderful. And sometimes the way their mind works, it's just
that innocent mind and the way it
honestly,
works.
the innocent mind. I was asking some of them, like, okay, what does Christmas mean to you? Somebody said means, time to eat. Another
That's what they know.
Another one said Christmas means the birth of Jesus. I said, okay, great. Another one said a time to spend with family. So just different opinions. That's what Christmas is. But besides that, we had fun. I think we have a video of that, just a highlight of that on our socials. You can go ahead and check it out at WFM on Instagram, X, and of course Facebook too. So go ahead and check that highlight out. And you know that we're still open for 7 magical days with Santa. We will definitely get to do this till next tomorrow. So today is another day. You can bring them to Women Radio, and they get to have great time with Santa. They get gifts, they get to speak on radio, and they just get to have fun with each other, this Christmas period. So yeah, that has been happening on Women Radio. In case you don't know, just for you talking of 2,000 naira, your kids will definitely have all of this.
I don't think anyone is going to get Christmas at that rate, like anywhere. I think this is like the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
With the number of gifts and fun they are going to experience, it's a lot. Yes.
All right. So yes, it's 13 minutes after 9 on Women Radio WFM 91.7. So if you were held in traffic on Saturday right now or Friday, Saturday, if you were held in that traffic in VI, inside Lagos, how far markets? Hey God.
Are you breathing well?
The video I saw, even me said, it gave me heart attack where I did.
I thought we all agreed that we're not going anywhere this Christmas. Like everybody said there's no money. So where are you going? Where are you going?
You get and at the end of the day, what was the main reason of the traffic?
There's no point though. That's one thing that baffles me about Lagos traffic. You cannot tell what the issue is.
Because if there was an accident somewhere, or maybe one trailer fell down, or maybe something happened, you go here and you go see them for news. But that particular one, kilo day,
nothing. Probably the fact that there were lots of cars that wanted to move all at the same time. So like the road was probably too small to accommodate that number of cars at that time, and that was probably why the hold up, happened. But it was really bad.
Yeah,
I don't think it happens just in Lagos. In various parts of Nigeria as well, they have that traffic almost everywhere. But this particular one in Lagos was intense. It was. I don't think anybody can go through that kind of traffic and be normal like for an hour or two. Like
to shock you. That some people will still wake up the next day and enter the same road.
Do you get the kind of frustration you're going to be experiencing in that car? The heat, because Lagos already is hot. Like just being normal, like in the normal, just strolling around your streets is hot already. Now being in that kind of traffic with thousands of cars, the honking, the specific race if you're not careful.
Yeah. So I usually think that Lagos should be, less populated during Christmas. But to be like say this year own, I think people don't travel, and then the influx of people into Lagos
coming in exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So that actually contributed to it. So if you don't have anywhere to go to this Christmas, or if it's not by force for you to come up to your house, if I beg, it's better you sit down and order. Maybe the carrier can't give you.
Yes,
that makes you go. I don't know, but
that would like sort of like
wisely.
Yeah, but that would kill like the Christmas feeling.
That's another thing, though.
You want to spend it with family and all of that, but I think it's just what it is this particular season, and it's not even safe. It's not safe to be in traffic for hours, and by the time you get to where you're going to, the food has finished. The food has finished now.
Oh my goodness, to shock you that people will still go. Yesterday, my dad went for a reunion, and
hello, Ruth, how are you?
I'm fine. Good morning. Good morning.
You don't answer me from Merry Christmas. Is that Fumi with you? Fumi?
Yes, it is.
Okay. God, I used to like her delivering the voice and everything. Fumi, how are you?
I'm doing well.
How are you? You are on Panorama today. I know that this education in DBL, this one has run away. I'm enjoying this show. Keep on warming the whole world, you understand? Good. Okay. For me, my regards to you, my regards.
Thank you, Chifagosi.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so yes, they did run away. Educationists, Buki and Susan, they did run away. We just had to give them a break so that they could celebrate Christmas and New Year with their loved ones, and just come back feeling better, and we'll
Of
definitely
course,
do
it's been a
better.
long year of talking.
Yes, it is. It has been a long year. So yeah, like we were saying, if it's not necessary for you to go out, please stay. Sometimes some people prefer to do the Christmas celebrations after, you know, all of this. So you
Yeah,
could probably
probably New
skip a
Year.
day, yeah, 28, 29, or 30. You could still have,
I think before you blink your eyes again, it's New Year season, and that's like another
mhm,
festive, period.
yeah,
So
I totally agree.
that's
All right,
another.
so yes, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and it's about 80 minutes after 9 right here. My name is Rose. I've got Fee with me on Herlens. And just in case you're wondering, where is Buki? Where is Ibinabo? Where is Susan? Yes, we've given them a break for the Christmas. They'll definitely be joining us um, pretty much soon after all of these festivities have passed away, and then we're back to status quo. They will definitely be joining us. So, but for now, let's look at another trending issue. Now,
Yeah.
130 abducted girls were actually released. So we're going to be looking at that. But before that, Fee, did you see the videos of the mansions that a lot of Igbo people have built in their villages?
I think they just have this. I don't know where they got it from, but they have this idea of magnificence.
Ah,
You
we
see
said
the
that
houses.
magnificent. That's the right word.
You see the
Like,
houses. I am like, in the next 20 years, what's going to happen to this house? Because it's not something you can easily repurpose to maybe an hotel or
yeah.
something. Like, it's just huge. Like, there's literally nothing you can do about it. You do with it outside the fact that it's your house. Because
Like,
it
I
has to
like
come
how
when
big they think. You know when they say you work hard for your money,
and you
spend it.
spend it.
Like that is the real definition. But man, I like my Igbo people. I like them. They don't what's the word right now? They don't take back, or rather, they don't even think twice when it comes to giving themselves luxury
Themselves. Yes.
after, you know, working hard that much. And you can see it all round. You can see it, in fact, no, they don't withhold anything when it comes to it. Because tell me why I'm seeing those kind of mansions, massive mansions in
Really
village
massive.
then what will not what then the city one because what's now
And
looking like
I don't even think they live in those ones in the village.
no, they only come back sometimes maybe during festive season, or maybe there's something for them to do in the village, or maybe there is one gathering or the other, in the village, and that's when they get. So most of the time maybe those houses are actually empty. Somebody asked a question in the comment section. I was like, okay, so what happened to these houses when you're not there?
It's
Do you
just going
understand?
to be there.
Yeah. So is it just there? And we think that as time goes on, you have to keep renovating. You have to keep renovating, especially for houses like that. You need to
Yeah.
keep renovating. So I'm like, wow. You people don't
It's
hold back
really,
at all.
huh. I don't, the amount of money, I think the evil man kind of luxury is different from the normal, Lecky luxury and stuff that we know about.
Yes, yeah.
Their kind of houses is completely different from the normal architecture that you see on a regular
Yes,
day. It's as
yes.
if
They
it's
go all
something
out.
in their mind. Like they have an idea of what they want. I think I saw a building that was constructed like a lion or something. It had the lion mouth, was where you would enter through. Like who thought about that? Why did you even think about that? They just want to show that we have the money and we will show you that you have the money.
We
And
have
it's
it,
okay.
yeah.
I mean, because you worked hard for it, so why not? It's your money, your choice at the end of the day. So it's okay. It's not bad at all. But I'm
And I
just
like
concerned.
yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I said I'm just concerned about what's going to happen to the house after maybe all of the children are gone. They've traveled abroad because many times the children are abroad. They traveled out. Nobody is there. What's going to happen to the house? Are you going to rent it out to the villagers? Are you going to make it give it out for lease when people come around to the village? Are you going to turn it into an hotel, or it's just going to be there? Because if it's just there, it's not like wasting resources. You build something with millions and you just stay there for like some weeks and you're gone again because you don't live in the village. So I think they should put that into consideration when they're building their majestic buildings. Because it's not even about now what's going to happen in the next 20 years, in the next 50
Uh-huh.
years. Because their children sometimes do not even want to stay in those houses.
Yeah.
They feel like this is not my place. They don't want to stay. So at the end of the day, it's just going to be there doing nothing.
But the good thing about it is, I like the fact that wherever they go, their hearts are always home.
Yes.
I like that aspect of it because no matter how rich or how famous or how big of it, an Igbo man is outside his home or outside his state, you would always find out that he comes back home to build something, no matter how small it is. No matter how small it is, I'm not even talking about the big ones right now. No matter how small it is, their hearts are always home. So you find them coming back home to build this, build this houses. So it's not because they want to be, but just so that they have something, they could actually call home. And that's another way of bringing the children back home. That's another way of telling the children that you have a place somewhere that you can always go back to.
Yes.
Now, imagine all of the videos we saw. A lot of the videos we saw were the children saying that they're going back home for Christmas. They're going back to the East for Christmas. Now, if the parent did not do so, and some of them actually came from abroad, so if the parent did not do so, if the parent did not have that homely spirit to say, I just need to build this thing back home, how would they come back? And no matter how we want to look at it, when they come back home, they will definitely learn about culture. They will definitely see other cousins for long. They will definitely learn new things, something. No matter how old somebody is, when you go back to the village, there's always something for you to learn from. And so I like that spirit of always taking back home. So that means wherever you go, you can always come back home.
You can always
and
come
the
back home.
children know that there is somewhere Papa has built at home. There's something Papa has built at home. Yes, we know that there's always going to be maybe people with evil minds looking around, and all of that. On this Herlens film, there was one time a story, I don't know if you came across a story about a lady. The stories came out in series about a lady whose father, after working, abroad and gathering a little bit of funds, he built a house in village, and he went back after he retired in abroad, working abroad. He came back home and said, "Okay, I want to live amongst my people." This man came back, and before you know it, he lost communication with his daughter, and a lot of things happened. So, if not for a daughter that actually loved her father and could always sense when something was wrong, maybe that man would have died because they locked him up inside one of the rooms there for weeks, for months. The lady was not able to get it. So something had to tell her to come back to the village, go and look for your father. And that was how she saw they locked them inside a particular room in his own house that he built, put sand in front of the gate so that nobody will even think that there's somebody inside there.
Hello?
And left him
Hello?
there.
Hello? Hello?
Hi,
How are
good
you?
morning.
I hope the show will continue like this. Everybody.
Hello, Chifagose, we can hardly hear you.
No, I said I'm enjoying the show. I hope it will continue like this.
Chifagose, we can't hear you. Maybe try to call us back.
The network is breaking.
Yes, try to call us back. We can't hear you clearly. So maybe try to call us back so that we can hear you a bit more better. So that's one of the evils that could be hanging around. And another thing that maybe could make me want to say, are all these videos necessary? Insecurity in Nigeria is no joke.
It's
It's
high.
no joke.
If you build
It's
that
no
kind of
joke.
house, then you probably have millions stored up somewhere.
You could just be drawing unnecessary attention to yourself.
Yeah. And the
Insecurity is
fact
not just.
that anything can happen to you inside the house, you cannot shout, and the person at the gates would hear you. So if anything happens, you're just there. Nobody can hear you. Nobody can. No, imagine the man that you said was locked up in his house for months, and nobody in the environment knew about it. Everybody just kept passing by because they are used to their house not being empty. Or the fact that nobody knew, nobody noticed, nobody saw anything. It's a cause for alarm. So was it that the house didn't have a gate man, or all of that? It's very so as much as the house is big and everything, they can have a way of repurposing the house. Maybe when you're not around for the festive season, you can rent it out. I mean, most people don't want to rent their house out to strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just feel that, sometimes sharing your location or saying where you're going to and all of that. In this time where we're battling insecurity everywhere, because we can't say that no, it's happening only. No, it's not only in the north, it's everywhere.
It's
And
everywhere.
moreover, when we want to look at how people travel this period, a lot of the festivities that goes on in the north during this kind of period have actually been shut down in some places.
Yes.
So you can't even gather, in church to have Christmas service. You can't even gather maybe on that Christmas Eve or maybe that Christmas day in the evening, because a lot of people gather just to have some sort of festivities, to be together and just have fun, as a community and all of that. A lot of people do so, especially in my own village self. I don't really get to do so, especially Christmas Eve and that Christmas Day evening and then New Year. A lot of gatherings, different places. But as it is right now, we can't even have that because they don't want to see any kind of gathering anywhere, because you never can tell what can happen. You
Yes.
get. So even so, don't sit down and say, oh, it's not going to get to me, it's not going to get to me. You showed us your flamboyant houses, showed us how you come home for Christmas, you showed us that you're back from abroad, and we are all seeing all of these things. So don't think that people who want to do you evil, or people who want to come and see that you don't have that perfect Christmas, they're always looking around.
Yeah.
So
Also.
you yourself be security conscious, because the government is not going to do everything for you. I mean, they just secure their release. They spent almost a month there. The school children that they just secured their release, they spent almost a month there. Aside from the first 100 that were released, this 130 now that were just released, just yesterday or so. So I mean, they spent almost a month there. So if we're looking at the insecurity issues, because even through the comments, you get to see comments like, "Oh, may God take you people back and safe, take you there and bring you back safely. You people have mind, though." A lot of those kinds of comments, and you won't blame people. You won't blame people, honestly, because of the insecurity that is going on. So if it's not necessary to share your location, don't. If it's not necessary for you to tell us how you are going about with your Christmas celebrations, please don't.
Some
Just do your thing.
people even do lifetime vlogs. Like just when you are there, you tell them, "Oh, I'm now in the bus. Now I've gotten down from the bus. Now I'm here now." You don't need it. You can guess where you're going and then you do your vlog. I mean, nobody's going to know that you're on your way or you're there. But doing it lifetime, as you're going, you're giving us updates. It's not everybody that wants this. It's not everybody that is watching your status or seeing your Instagram feeds. It's not everybody that's happy with you. Some are just trying to use the next person to collect money from or something. Now you're sharing your live location. You tell them exactly where you are. You are easy to find. Even the person that has not even showed their location online, they still kidnap these people. Not to talk of you guys, we can say God protects us, right? We can say it is God as our protector. It is God that would be with us and all of that. But at the same time, there is need for you to also be cautious. It's not everything you upload on social. You can wait till after Christmas to upload those things. You can wait. You really can wait. Don't give live updates of where you are to the general public.
Yeah.
You don't need
You just
to.
never can tell. I mean, even from within, people can really harm you. People can harm you, let alone, all of that. All right, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and it's 29 minutes to 10 on the side of the radio. And this is the program Herlens, right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their family. My name is Rose, and I have Finn with me this morning on the program.
Yes.
Do well to send in your WhatsApp messages, and we'll open up the phone lines pretty much shortly.
WFM 91.7.
Nigeria, a nation of many languages and many tribes. We will stand together, live together, and grow together. United we stand, united we thrive. This message is brought to you by Women Radio WFM 91.7 FM.
Smart mama.
Yes.
What are you making?
I'm making breakfast plus Peak 456 growing up milk.
Breakfast plus Peak 456 growing up milk.
It is fortified with DHA to support brain development. Cereal, pap, just name it. Also has calcium, vitamin D, and high quality protein to make your kids grow strong.
I love it. I will start nourishing my children with Peak 456 growing up milk, fortified with DHA to support brain development.
Grow up strong and smart with Peak 456 growing up milk every day.
Hello, friends. Santa is coming to Women Radio 91.7 FM for 7 magical days from Thursday 18th to Wednesday 24th December, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You will meet Santa in person. Take photos with Santa. Get a special surprise gift from Santa and say hi to your friends and family live on Women Radio. All this fun for just 2,000 Naira. Don't miss the 7 magical days with Santa at Women Radio 91.7 FM. Call Aisha on 0806 650 8772 and Sparkle on 0905 995 2779 for your tickets. Women Radio 91.7 FM, making Christmas super magical for kids everywhere.
December don't show face, so time to run your vibe checklist.
Party playlist? Check. Outfits for Owambe? Check. Tickets for Dirty December concerts? Big check. First mobile app ready for vibes? Double check.
From checkout to chill out, First Bank's got you covered. Fast transfers, easy payments, zero wahala.
Don't miss a single vibe. Download the First mobile or lit app today on the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
You first. First Bank.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Diola.
I just want to say that I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Hello, Daddy. I just want to say again that I love you and I like that we look alike. Hello, Auntie.
Hi, Diola.
How are you?
I'm fine.
How's family? I hope everyone is good. My regards to everyone.
I will, my dear.
Whoa. Diola, this is the 3rd time you're calling me. How much airtime do you need?
Airtime care? When I have Glow Talk Master. I'm basically getting 6 minutes free talk time for every 6 minutes call I make every day. Plus 50 MB data bonus. And for new customers like me, I get additional 25 minutes talk time and 1 gigabyte data welcome bonus. That's why I only make calls with my Glow line now.
Enjoy free 6 minutes plus 50 MB data on every 6 minutes call you make in a day on Glow Talk Master. And enjoy a one-time 2,000 Naira welcome bonus. That's a 25 minutes talk time and 1 gigabyte worth of data. Get your Glow line and dial star 606 hash to enjoy. Terms and conditions apply.
Glow Unlimited.
Mom, let's celebrate Christmas at its peak. I want Christmas lights so bright they could see it in space. Wow! I want a Christmas tree so tall players would have to watch out.
Think bigger.
Like what?
Pancakes stacked to the ceiling, delicious eggs, and a peak milk smoothie.
Just for me. Now that's Christmas at its peak.
Because truly, a peak Christmas is Christmas with Peak. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Building the life she wants starts with making the right choices with Harmony. Harmony will support you to save smart, spend wisely, and to grow wealth. Yes, Harmony will guide on practical tips on budgeting, debt management, and making more money. Harmony, helping you to become financially confident and independent. Harmony, Tuesdays at 12:05 p.m. on Women Radio WFM 91.7, the voice of women. Harmony for every woman.
The big question.
Corruption is, in fact, is increasing more. We never had that snake and whether python are swallowing money.
Why?
Everything has increased.
Conversational, controversial, and borderline disruptive. The big question.
Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays from 12:05 p.m. only on Women Radio.
WFM 91.7 muryar mata.
Alright, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, 24 minutes to 9, right here on Nigeria radio station for women and their families. And this is the program Herlens, where we get to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. My name is Rose, and I've got a follower with me this morning on the program. And of course, our ladies of Herlens are off for the Christmas break, and we're excited for them to go enjoy, have time with family, friends, and then come back to us, re-energized and of course ready for the new year. Okay, so let's head on to take up. Well, you can dial the number 7,917,917 to be a part of the program. Do well to send us WhatsApp messages on 0703 You can also send your messages to 08155 And of course, you can also use our toll free line 0800 Those are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning on the program Balance. While we head on with the conversation this morning. So feel free to be a part of the program. Okay. We touched on it in a review, but I think it's definitely that we get to look at this. Now, 130 pupils of St. Mary's Catholic School, Papiri in Rafi local government area of Niger State have finally regained their freedom. Now, details of the pupils' freedom are still scanty, but some advice on media and public communications to the president, told us this on X on Sunday evening. That was yesterday evening. Now, he said he wrote in words, another 130 abducted Niger State pupils released, none left in captivity, he wrote. Let's not forget that and stormed the school. It wasn't around 2 a.m. on both sides on November 1st this year and abducted the children. Now, this actually raised a lot of concern. At that same time, we had a lot of abduction on in different parts of the country. An association that said that few of the children escaped during the raid. We had about I think about 100, yes, about 100 that security agencies released, secured their release on December 8th. Okay, so now with all of this that is going on, now we have the kids back, but how do we even make our school secured? Because right now, this young ones that have come out today, they still want to go to school with all of what they've seen, all of what they've gone through. And then the state-owned schools that were closed because of this insecurity. We had unity schools, federal-owned colleges, that were closed because of insecurity, and they were reopened. I think about last week or so, I saw a headline that, the unity schools have been reopened, and security measures have been put in place, blah, 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 and all of that. If now you be mama or be papa, we get your picking for this kind of schools, would you allow your child to go back to school? Would this not kill the dream of people going to school? I mean, Finn, what do you think about all of this? Hi, Finn. Okay, so before we get to having talk to us about this or give us our views about this, a lot of questions come to mind when you look at this. The government itself, how secured have you made? Because you're there to secure lives and property. So if our lives are not secured, or if our children don't feel secure, then what exactly are you leading? I just hope that you understand what exactly are you leading, because part of the things that you're supposed to do was secure lives and property, even on the insecurity that's ravaging different parts of the country. Now, at the moment, children around can't even go to school freely because of the fear of abduction, because of the fear of what might happen. If they go back, if they go to school, can they be able to come back? Boarding schools now are now looking like, especially for boarding schools in nooks and crannies of the country, are not looking like, this we had boarding schools before. It's not something like a thing of the past, because we know for some of us that benefited from boarding school, we know how that turned out for us. I attended a boarding school that was even close to the rocks. There was behind my school was a very big rock, and sometimes we would go climb the rock, come down, and all of that. But now, what then happens? And there was a time where I think I was just maybe at just 2, just 3, my parents would, because I schooled in the north, my parents would put me inside the Marco Polo bus. If you're very familiar with Marco Polo buses, all those big buses that travel from here to the north, from here to the night, night journey and all of that. So my parents would put me inside that kind of bus, just me alone, from here to, I think, Plateau State. Yeah, yeah, Plateau, because I did to Plateau, but I schooled in Plateau. So they'll put me inside a bus, a night bus, from here to Kaduna or to Kano, and then from there, I will board a car going to Jos, or if my aunt is free, she takes me. But sometimes she just puts me in the car, and that's it. And I get to school safe and sound with my luggage. Okay, so but now you can't even try it. You can't even try it because of fear of what might happen or what will go wrong. So in all of this, then, where does that leave us? What does that say about our country? Because at some point, we were safe to do all of these things. At some point, you could go to school, spend months, and come back home safe and sound. But now, it's no longer the case, especially for kids now, for these kids that were kidnapped and are now released. So what are the different measures you have put in place? And, how do you get to see that this does not affect their future? How do you get to make sure that, the idea of education, it's not, it doesn't get lost in them? Because if I will go to school at that tender age and then somebody will come and carry me from my school, I'll spend a month there with all of the
I
horror,
really
with
want
all
to
of the
go back.
that I've seen. Even if now you be mama or your papa, you go, are your
I'm
picking
not
go
gonna
school?
allow. It's either you go to another school somewhere else, or you just join me in the farm. Especially because it's a rural community, and the fact that yes, they are just starting to encourage girl children to go to school in that kind of area. So seeing that they are allowed to go, I mean, from the looking at the trauma from the Chibok girl era, right? And now we say, okay, let's give girl child education another chance in this part of the world, and this is what they get to experience again. So it would be like, I don't think school is for girls and all of that. That's what it's going to be like.
So it's yeah, I agree with what you're saying, because at the end of the day, if you look at it, the girl child education, children education in general, especially, for the rural areas. So these are people who probably they've struggled to buy in, the reasons for education. They've struggled to get themselves to a point where they now believe that, okay, education can actually take you from point A to point B of your life,
Yes.
and children actually need it. Now, maybe we've been able to push that down, they've been able to buy it, and then with all of the security that is going on, they will just quickly say, you see, before self, I've been no one to make you even go to school. You don't, they go now, see what is happening, and then they pull the children out of that, and they just, I don't know. Now, another aspect of it is, okay, government, so you have been able to secure the release of this. So, how did you secure, although they've not given us full details of how they released,
The
how did you secure?
picture that I saw, well, the government is doing a lot of things, and we really appreciate their efforts and all of that. But that picture that I saw,
No, it's not it at all.
I
It's
don't
not it
know.
at all.
I'm not sure.
And when we say the government, when we even say the government is doing a lot of things, first of all, like when I started, it's not your responsibility. Are we not even supposed to save in the first place? So, how did we let it get to this point where you secure the release of children from bandits, and we're here, we're clapping for you, we're celebrating you?
It's what government should do on a normal day.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things on ground, and then why
Okay,
are we
Rose,
not
like
saying-
now the girls have been released.
Hmm.
What happened to the people who kidnapped them in the first place?
That's where
Were they also arrested, or they are still there, hoping to kidnap more girls? If the girls were released, I don't know. If the girls were, you took them from somewhere, so was it that you didn't see those people? Did you pay a ransom? There are lots of questions around this story that is not really clear yet.
Let's even get to understand how it happened. So have we seen any head roll? What is actually going on? And then ensure that this ends? Staffing, how do we ensure that this comes to an end? Because this is a country where we're trying to see that children go to school, and moreover, the school where these children were abducted is a mix of is a mix is you have a mix of different genders in it. But at the end of the day, how do we get to ensure that this stops?
So I think I think as a nation we would have to come to a point where we're not just depending on the government for our safety and our security. Even though that's how it should be, the government of your country should like protect you 100% and all of, because they have the arms, they have the police force, they have a lot of armed forces, created for this particular reason, even though they are meant to protect us. But I think we need to get to a point where we don't put our complete dependence, or the fact that we have the government to protect us. We don't just dwell on that alone. We create systems of security for ourselves and our society. So for example, that school, for example, they can look for the boys in the area, or the young men who maybe they go to work sometimes, or maybe they go to the farm. They can get people that they know that would be interested in protecting the girls. At least, even if it is 30 of them surrounding the school, even if anybody would want to come and kidnap anybody, at least they would fight tooth and nail to ensure that it is not as bad as it used to be. The fact that they just came into the school, just took everybody, it might mean that the security of that particular community is not as tight enough. Because if you have the police there, so they came all the way from wherever they were coming from, and nobody saw them. So I believe that the children being abducted is just a sign that the security of that particular area around the world as well needs to be tighter. So we should not just depend on the government and say we have the government to protect our children, we have the government to protect our family and our community, but we should create systems of security for ourselves. It is very, very important that we create systems of security for ourselves in schools, in companies, organizations. Create systems of protection for yourself. Don't just depend on the government to do that for you.
True. I agree, because at some point, we're getting to that place where right now you have people who have put systems in place to get water for themselves.
Yes.
You have people who have put systems in place to get power, light. So
yes,
even security, we're now employing different security companies to come and help us with security, so that we can sleep with our two eyes closed.
Because if anything happens, there's no guarantee.
Exactly. That's what we're offering. So what is now the government doing? When we look at it all around, what's not the government doing? Because normal, in some class, places, we should have heads rolling already. We should be able to say, this person has been arrested, or so thing happened, and we're not hearing a lot of this, because it's like it just keeps increasing, and it's like they keep daring the government to say we go do it. I know if you do anything, and still
nothing is done.
Exactly. And then let's look at the aspects of taking these children through some psychological process, so that they are able to not hold on to this and make it a part of them, or through keep it as a moment they keep reliving every day. Because if you don't want to deal, if you don't deal with their mental state of mind now, this will keep coming back to them and harming them, or hurting them in some kind of way. And then you keep hearing them after maybe 10 years or 15 years later, after they've grown, they'll keep saying, Nigeria happened to me, I can never forget this. Or they waking up, having some kind of dreams, or their lives, because I said right now, their lives have just been changed 360, a whole 360. 1 month in the kidnappers' den. What did they eat? How did they sleep? How did they take care of themselves?
What happened to them there? What did they do to them there?
Exactly. So if system in place, okay, now you have secured the release of these children, you have brought them back. Now, how do you make sure that what are the scenarios you've put to reintegrate them into the society? To take them back to the parents. Because you need to work on their psyche at the end of the day.
But Rose, I think beyond these pictures that we're seeing, the pictures they don't look like children who, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, are there videos? Are there personal interviews with the children? Their parents, the parents who their children were abducted, did they come back to say, oh, I've seen my child?
All of this we just got to hear about yesterday night. So let's see how all of this gets to unfold. And let's see, hopefully, that all of this gets to a point where, we don't hear more of these kidnappings, because that's just it. And let's help to remove the fear of making school now a place where parents get to be afraid to send their children to, because a child should be able to go to school in one piece and come back in one piece. And the parent should be able to have confidence that my child went to school and he or she will come back safe and sound. Until we get to that point, then we have a lot of work to do.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So this is where we wrap it up on the conversation this morning. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to Herlens, right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. So we'll be doing this with Finn for a couple of days, and then Fumi will also join in. And of course, feel free to always call in and be a part of Herlens. My name is Rose Yusuf. So thank you so much, Finn, for being a part of Herlens this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. So to have a great day. Stay with us right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Don't forget our 7 magical days with Santa is still going on. So if you're around Arepo, around Lagos Ibadan Expressway, please feel free to bring your kids to Women Radio 91.7 in Arepo, just along Lagos Ibadan Expressway, not too far from the express. Okay. So do well to bring them, let them have fun with Father Christmas or Santa, whichever one. And the rest of their mates, and then they get to speak on radio, get to go home with gifts, and have a wonderful experience that they might just be reliving while telling their friends when they get to school. They can give
it's
some
more like them.
anyone.
Of course, it's them getting some form of excursion while enjoying themselves at the same time. So they get to talk on radio. Not all their colleagues or their classmates get the chance to talk on radio. So it's you giving your children one step advantage over their peers in school.
All right then, have a great day ahead, and Merry Christmas in advance from all of us at Women Radio WFM 91.7. Good morning.
WF